So like I say, we're back at the lake now. It will be a two-part video, this session that I previously did in January, when we had the big freeze and I was on the Syndicate. So there'll be that at the beginning of the video, and then this session follow on. What's up, venturers? So join me back down on the Syndicate. Gunning for a bit of punishment given the conditions we've had of late. You know, we've been battered with more snow and ice. My plan was, when I got down here today, was just stay mobile and work my way around the lake, hence why I don't have a bivvy or anything set up with me to keep the wind off. However, when I've got down, half the lake is still frozen down the bottom end, so the bit of water that I am fishing is about all there is to go at, so there's nothing really going to be in the way of moving around too much. I mean, I might be able to squeeze down the other side slightly if not happens here, but yeah, we're here, we're giving it a go. And basically in this video I was going to talk a little bit about winter fishing and, you know, and getting out and doing it, because it is hard. You know, it's hard to motivate for the winter, but resilience is key, and staying motivated and, you know, not putting barriers up instantly, you know, thinking, oh, you know, what's the point if it's going to be frozen, it's so cold, the fish could be anywhere, nothing really shows, I'm probably going to blank. You know, you can't afford to wake up in the morning and think like that, because you're just ultimately you're just not going to bother. It's always worth getting down and giving it a go. Now, I was in two minds whether to fish here or my local club water that I've done a video on before as well. It's, you know, it's quite residential, but I opted to fish here purely because obviously getting a big one out of here and a special one at this time of year, you know, that to me is more rewarding, and that gives me a lot more focus and fuels the fire a bit more. So we'll see how we get on. So I'm constantly watching the bits of water that aren't frozen for any sort of signs, but very, very unlikely I will see anything. So I'm just checking all the usual haunts for now, the spots that have been producing fish. I don't normally opt to fish a tight line, but now we're into winter, I will fish a tight line just in case I start getting some liners, and then I know obviously I can adjust where my rig is from there. So I'll give this a few hours here. I'll cast maybe every hour or so. You know, I won't be afraid to recast a good couple of times, even if they just end up being pub jucks. It doesn't matter. You're trying to locate the fish. If they're not out there where you'd expect them to be or think they might be, just move them. Like, I just fish singles now, so there's no effort in it. You know, you're fishing single pop up. If there's fish in the area, they'll see that, and if they're interested enough, they'll have it if they're there. So if you're not getting zip all, definitely just keep moving your odds around, and hopefully, you know, you might drop on a group. It's a good way to tackle a venue in the winter. And like I say, being mobile is key. If you can manage to do that, just try everywhere. Just get yourself around the lake and just do a couple of hours in each spot, and hopefully you'll pick one up. Right guys, as you can see now, I'm all packed up now and in the car, ready for the off. Shock horror, blanked, but hey ho, came down, gave it a go. I'll be back again for more torment, no doubt. It's bitterly cold now. The sun's just starting to dip down real low. knocking on the doors now for 4 o'clock. So yeah, there's over 8 hours worth of fishing anyways. Couldn't make it happen. Moved round 2 areas of the lake. Kept on pinging the rods round areas as well, just to see if we could get something going, but not to be. My next session may be on the Park Lake, just to see how we get on there really as well. So I haven't fished that this year, so I'll renew my ticket for that, and then we'll get on there for a session, see how we fare on there for the day. Right guys, so I've finally had a chance to get myself out fishing. I went to the local Park Lake that I'm a member of, and yeah, the two swims that I wanted to get on were already stitched up. So I was a little bit lazy, and I didn't get up early enough really to get down, so the chances of them being stitched up by the time I got there was relatively high anyway. So with that being a bust, I've now went to another Park Lake that's also just down the road. I've had a little look round there, and there's a few on, but we can walk around this and fish just off the barrow, which is ideal. So we'll give that a go, and hopefully we can manage to snag one doing that. But yeah, like I say, I could have fished on the other one quite easily, you know. There was only 2 of us on at the top end, the rest of the lake was free. But the way that place fishes, it's hard enough in the warmer months to try and catch them from anywhere else. It just gets constantly hammered up that top end where the out of bounds sort of reservoir area is. You know, they're just holed up in there, and getting them out, it's just a nightmare really. It's unfortunate that that place is predominantly just held by a couple of spots, making the rest of the place redundant. It's not to say that they're not out, you know. Without having a rig in the water, you can't say if you wouldn't catch on up, but it's a confidence thing as well, you know. If you're not feeling it, then at the end of the day, you're here to catch fish. You know, I don't feel confident that I'll catch them from elsewhere, then I'll just go somewhere else. So we won't waste any more time now, because it's getting on to 9 o'clock. So we'll get out, and we'll get searching, and just see if we can have half an hour, 45 minutes in each sort of spot, and see if we can wangle one out. All it takes is 5 minutes in the right spot to snag one anyway. Right, catch up with you all soon. Right guys, so we're set up now, nice and easy, 10-minute job just off the barrow. So I've chose the first swim just straight off the car park. It is the shallowest bit of the lake. So I've only fished this once before, so I'm not that familiar with it, but we'll just work our way around. So feature out in front of us, you see there is a reed bed, and then at the back there I've just got one tight to the back. So like I say, we'll give it half an hour or so in here, and then we'll just keep working our way around, and hopefully we can pick one up. It's the barrow packed, ready to move on up a little bit. We gave that 40 minutes, so try elsewhere. So nothing flash while I'm fishing, just off the jetties. Got one down in this snag here, it looks very tempting, and then one just tight off that little island there. So I've got a Jim Shelley style brew on the go, so we'll see. Fingers crossed for the next hour. Right, so now we're at the right at the top end of the lake now, furthest away from the car park. Wind's hacking into this zone, strong southwesterly, and yeah, we managed to snag one. So happy days really. Just goes to show it's a good tactic, you know, staying mobile and making your way around trying to locate the fish. So yeah, we're happy with that result. So hang on now for another 20 minutes to see if another one comes along, but if not, yeah, I'm happy enough with that. As you can see anyway, you can see right down the centre of the lake. So it's Carp probably only about 40 yards out. So we'll take that. Right, so there we have it now. 2 fish in the space of half an hour, just by purely getting the location right. You know, I've started at one end of the lake, worked my way all the way up to the other end. I just kept on recasting and recasting in areas, just hoping to fall on them. And it wasn't obviously until the last spot that I tried into that wind, as you can see, a result came about. I might have had a couple more out if I'd stayed until last knockings, but like I say, I'm a bit pressed for time now anyway. But yeah, it's been really enjoyable. That's 3 carp now to my name this year. I had one last week when I went to a small, like commercially sort of fishery with one in pal Steve, and he took his son, so it was mainly for his sake. But yeah, that now wraps up this session, and yeah, hope you all enjoy the video. I haven't done some content in a while, but hopefully now the weather's getting on and, you know, restrictions are going to get easier. We're looking good to getting a few out on the bank now. So thanks again.